This is a review of the new Bonegrinder Mega Gargant. Hello, this is 60 Goblins in one brush, and this is a review of the new Bonegrinder Mega Gargant warscroll. We had an old Bonegrinder Gargant Forgeworld model that has existed for some time from the Monstrous Arcanum. It had 20 wounds, and it was a very important influence on the creation of the Mega Gargants of the new Sons of Behemat battle tome. There have been some rumors that the Bonegrinder would be included in the battle tome. It was not. And for some reason that we will probably never find out why, which kind of convoluted logic led to the Bonegrinder not being included in the battle tome, but independently published now. So, the old Bonegrinder Gargant cost 400 points, and all Forgeworld models are ridiculously overpriced. I'm not talking about pounds and euros and dollars, but about matched points. There was no reason to take the Bonegrinder Gargant for 400 points, much too expensive, but now for 500 points, with a 75% wounds increase from 20 to 35 and a much better fighting profile, and you can include it also as a Mega Gargant in your army, but only in destruction armies. The old hurled boulder attack was 4+, 2+, 2 rend, d6 damage. Now it's 3+, 2+, so better to hit, 3 rend, better rend, and 4 damage is better than d6. And the Gargantuan club used to be 3d6 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, 1 rend, 2 damage. Now it's 7 attacks, 3+, 3+, 2 rend, and 3 damage. So that is also improved. The Thunderous Stomp stayed the same, but now let's see about the other abilities. Actually, the Thunderous Stomp has been nerfed a little bit. You cannot use it as on a monster, unfortunately, anymore, although he is so large and tall. Then the Bite You Head Off attack is improved a little bit, because you can now also bite models that have 5 wounds. Before it was only on 4 wounds. On a 6 it is slain. Wound characteristic, not current wound. Then the Longshanks ability was completely changed. Before it was that you were eligible to fight on a 6-inch radius and that you had a 6-inch pylon. This has been removed. I would have preferred this to stay, and the new ability as an addition, but now it's instead. The new Longshanks ability is you can step over models with 10 or less wounds and terrain features that are less than 4 inches tall. You just ignore them because you have such long legs. As long as you arrive at a place that is not on top of another friendly model and not within 3 inches of an enemy model. Then the old largest of monster rule has been now implemented as the Sons of Behemat rule, which is very cool, I think, that you cannot instantly slay a Mega Gargant or a Bonegrinder Mega Gargant, but instead it's d6 mortal wounds. Then Terror, I really like it that they brought back many of these old Monstrous Arcanum rules. All enemy models within 3 inches have a -1 on their bravery. The Timber rule stayed the same, only that it's now 5 inches instead of 4 inches. And as I have said, now you can include the Bonegrinder Mega Gargant just as another Mega Gargant, but only in destruction armies as a mercenary. And if it is an Orruk army, all Orruk units wholly within 12 inches of this model gain 1 bravery. That's very cool. So my final analysis on this is, before the Bonegrinder was too expensive in points and didn't make enough damage. But now, with this improved profile and 35 wounds instead of 20, 500 points, I think is a good value. It's only 10 or 20 points more than the normal Mega Gargant, And I also have an idea because the model is a bit weird. It's very tall. It's a little bit taller even than the Mega Gargant, but thinner. It's mostly legs. It's a nice model if you don't paint it so colorfully, but I personally do not like the head. But now with a new Mega Gargant, we have 3 kinds of heads that can be easily exchanged, and then I think the model will look very cool. If you want to spend that kind of money, it's up to you. It's £116, $175 and 136 euros. So very similar to the new Mega Gargants, but it's resin. I'm not such a big fan of this patchwork style with all these colorful clothes, but I'm sure it's possible to paint it otherwise. It's not as beautiful as the new Mega Gargants, and you can certainly, if you play with flexible people, use the new Mega Gargants as Bonegrinder Mega Gargants if you want to try out the rules. Or, as I have made videos about it before, use the Kings of War Giant as a Mega Gargant or Bonegrinder Mega Gargant, which costs only around 70 euros, and also looks very nice. Check out my old video about that. Thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments below what you think about the new rules, about the Bonegrinder. Thank you for subscribing and joining me on Patreon or recommending the video to your friends, and see you soon. The links to the new Bonegrinder warscroll and also to my old video are below in the description.